Yo, what's good, y'all? Show, kind of welcome to the Greek divination for 1K. I'm here with most of the team members. I'm not gonna lie. Of course, y'all know most of them. Y'all know most of them. We're gonna open it up to questions and just kind of get into things in that type of way. Any questions y'all want us to answer? If y'all want two of us to answer a question, there's a lot of combinations that's not usually together right now, so y'all get a lot of value out of this event.
I even got the pendulum
Yes,
too.
sir.
If you just want a yes or no, we got that right there. In case if that's all you want,
We got everything.
cards.
Perfect.
Also, if you have a question, raise your
Yeah,
hand,
right.
or if you want anything, any messages, raise your hand so it's organized. We know
Yes, sir. If
we
y'all
don't
want
skip any
to
messages.
hear any responses, y'all have any questions, or if y'all just want a message, raise your hand. If you don't have anything in specific,
Storm had a question for us. They asked, "What are y'all most excited for?" Or
what
I
we
guess,
most
"What are
excited
we
for.
most excited for?" Yeah.
Arlen, you could answer that first.
Um. Well, I'm just excited for us as a group and where we're going with the server, and I just couldn't be any more happier to be here. I've one of the oldest team members here aside from Robbie, and I'm just so happy with the growth we've done, with the growth alongside us and with you guys. We couldn't have done this without you guys. So pat on yourselves on the back. You definitely like deserve it, and I'm like excited to be a part of this with the community and grow.
Most definitely. We could go to Sunny next.
Basically, everything that Arlen was saying, and then all of the growth. Like just seeing us here in the screen like that
This
is
is
so
very hard.
exciting. Because last year, like this is the point that we were working towards, is to have this solidified, cohesive, flowy community that works together. We're able to get through lessons together, and I'm excited for this. Is everyone else here having the opportunity to grow and learn and be on that same energy with us. So it's not just us and you guys; it's all of us
Definitely.
together.
This is a team project. This is a group project. That's the most
Yeah.
important part of it. I'm gonna go to Gus next. Gus, what are you most excited for right now?
I'm also very excited because I think what we're doing here over here is a reflection of what's about to start to happen within the collective. I think a lot of us, Starseeds, awakened people are going to start to group together. We're going to start to create bigger communities. And there's like this
Mhm.
big ass wave of people that are actually now starting to wake up. So I feel like at the same time, we're going to see a lot of chaos. And then from that chaos, we're going to see a new light being born on this earth. And I'm excited for that.
Yes, sir. We're in the new earth. We've been saying this for a while, but events like this and this type of energy really pushes that narrative forward and helps to show all of y'all, also ourselves, that we're really living in that higher timeline that we always affirm to ourselves that we are. 100
So
percent. I'm gonna I'm gonna go to Ambrita next. What are you most excited for?
I guess everything we've already said. But also, I'm excited for all of our individual projects that we're working on, and how we're all holding a unique space for different kinds of people and bringing them together, like we do events together like this.
Most definitely. It's just like I was saying, because these type of events show us what is possible and show us what is becoming more and more normal to us as time
Mhm.
goes on. I see us doing another one of these in the future very soon. Next I'm going to go to Ryan.
When it comes to the present moment, I'm really excited to collab with everybody and really seeing how we each have our own individual, um, how we each hold our own individual space. Because I kind of see it as us holding up a web, right? And we all each have a piece of the web. And just seeing how it comes together is really amazing. So really seeing all of our own individuals' journey and how we collaborate within our own journeys.
Yes, sir. How our energy intertwines and kind of like how our timelines influence each other's and bring ourselves to higher heights as a team. 100%. Next, I'm gonna go to. See, I was gonna say Z, but Z still eating. We're gonna go to X.
Similar to Amrita, I'm excited for all of our individual projects. We all work on, um, bringing what our light is. We work on bringing that to the collective and bringing our own communities into this server. So, that's something I'm very excited for, especially for myself. I'm working on a few projects.
Yes, sir. I look forward to seeing what you do. Um, you're a very big influence for me, especially I see a lot of myself in you, and I look
Uh,
forward to seeing you succeed further, bro.
Same.
Next I'm gonna go to Z. You ready now?
Yeah.
All right, but
So the most thing I'm excited about is seeing the tribe come together, seeing it expand, seeing the different souls that we connect with, and how impactful us just being here is. I'm excited just to see how big this is going to be for us. Like the grand scheme of things. Like what I'm most excited. The different communities.
yes, sir. I'm seeing a lot of community-based answers from y'all. I like how y'all are taking notice of that and also making the collective aware of how grateful we are to have this space because this is crazy. Like I keep saying. All right, next we have Robbie.
Oh
Robbie, you
yeah.
be most excited for it.
I'm so excited for the landing. Come on.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for, yeah, I mean, getting together
Oh
with the
yeah.
Galactic family along with more of the Earth family and just learning together. And I want to have like this more different sections in like different classes and more magic, of course. And I feel like really Earth is going to change even faster and even more than what people think. So I'm so happy that we're all going to be like big guides for people, ambassadors,
Hmm.
and I'm definitely excited to that. I'm excited that we're all going to be so big, literally, like
Yeah.
more people, more influence, more everything.
This massive expansive energy and also this massive change in the status quo of reality. I very much feel that. I look forward to kind of living this life where a lot of people are asking so many questions about where a lot of things are integrated as a regular part of what we experience every single day, for sure. We have another question from Steph. This is about disclosure. I know y'all want to talk about this. What insight do you guys have with the next steps of disclosure before us? I know there could potentially be a situation of Project Bluebeam and some fake disclosure before us that we need to filter through and listen to our intuition and not fall for any fear through these next steps. What insight do you guys have and what advice do you guys have for the collective in these next steps? So I'm gonna say something
Uh,
first before I
okay.
throw this to one of y'all.
But
When it comes to the Project Bluebeam, I see a lot of people asking this question, and a lot of people in this community asking this question also. What y'all got to understand is disclosure is happening right now on a daily basis, depending on how much files they release. Disclosure has to do with them releasing the information. It doesn't have to do with the actual integration of society. The integration of society happens through us and the actions that we take. So the reason why there doesn't seem to be like a bridge is because we're the bridge. So all the information that's coming out, we're the ones that are supposed to filter it for the collective. But I'm gonna let the rest of the team answer this question as well. I'm gonna go to I'm gonna go to Gus. Gus, what do you think about this disclosure?
Yeah, I agree with you, and I think that slowly, also like people are gonna start to see perhaps in Mexico right now over here with what's the name, the soccer tournament right now that's going on. There's been like some interesting sightseeings of light beings. So there's also this part where yes, the government is going to disclose things, but they are trying to disclose it in a way that keeps the illusion and keeps you trapped and keeps you from going inwards into yourself, because that's where the truth is. So that's where we come in. We come in to break the illusion that the government is trying to, because the government is trying to keep you focused outside of yourself, right? So when
Hmm.
you start focusing inwards and you actually seek the truth within you, and we as pioneers and as Yahoo said, as a bridge makers that we are going to create that so that the collective understand this in a subconscious level.
Exactly, bro. And this is very important for us to understand because when you're looking for something to formulate the timeline, you're still placing power outside of yourself, like Gus said. Like everyone is so concerned with how the government is releasing things, how they're going to do things, how certain things are going to happen. They keep talking about Project Bluebeam because all these files. So people are more so feeding that timeline rather than just using the information to affirm a lot of things that they already know and further their understanding of what they're yet to understand. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to say that. I'm gonna go
Question,
to
man.
Robbie. Oh no, X. You
Pause.
say you want to talk?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm
Um.
gonna go to X. I'm gonna go to X and then Robbie you next.
All right, bet.
Me too.
First and foremost, we got to understand the nature of what we're dealing with, right? The governments of the world, um, they more or less operate off of a control-based charade. So, regardless of what happens as far as disclosure, they're going to try and control the narrative, right? They're going to do that through like this little fake ass picture of Donald Trump with some pale ass beings. I don't
Hmm.
think that's real, but that's the type of things that they do. You feel me? They give you a show to key you in on something that's actually happening, but that may not be the exact context of how it's happening, right? So, what you got to understand about disclosure is that first and foremost, disclosure is happening on an individual level with everybody. You feel me? Like you can make ET contact right now with different astral entities and different ET beings, right? That's the ground level of disclosure. Your disclosure is not contingent on the government releasing information because you have direct contact with these beings. The more you rely on the government and these other corporations and entities to be a mediary between you and disclosure, you're going to be in their sauce. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be lost in their sauce. So you need
Yes,
to really lock in on your own connection to these beings.
yes. Robbie, go ahead.
Yeah, well, for me, Project Bluebeam is already it's what is happening right now with Trump and how he was like sharing AI pictures with the ETs, and then he just shared this picture and then deleted, and they tested, and it's not AI, but it still could be actors, like you don't even know. But I told you guys in Cash's event that I in the astral I saw Donald Trump with actual ETs. So there are cons, of course. There are, of course, like good kind of ETs, bad kind of ETs. We already know that. And what they do right now is the Project Bluebeam showing that, like, oh, see, we are with the ETs, and the people don't know, and we're of course going to be the ones to show them who's the good ones, who's the bad ones, and we're gonna be the ambassadors, because like no matter what happens, change is always scary for humans. Like whenever change happens, they just go into survival mode, and we're gonna be the grounding ones, the calm ones, to teach them, show them, and the landing is happening. It already happened. Like of course they're here, but one part of me says like for the GFL's big like real landing to happen, we should be the ones to invite them, because they're not gonna actually come to a place without invitation, because they're not colonizers. The Archons
Right.
are colonizers. That's why they already came. So yeah, last night I saw a vision. Actually, I told some of my friends here that I saw the ETs were landing,
Hmm.
and they were like scanning, and they were like coming for of also for me in a good way. And I was so excited, and I am so excited, so happy that it is actually going to happen, even maybe before 2027.
For sure. These things can happen at any time, honestly. Like once the information is out there, if y'all notice when these files dropped, there was like kind of like a timeline shift and there was a lot of information or energy that came towards our collective, I should say. We got to 1K very, very fast. I saw us again like 100 members in like a month. That was very reminiscent of what is going on inside the world. There's a lot of energy that's legitimizing in the public perception what it is that we do here. And that's only going to grow over time because these
Right.
things are real. And we are the progenitors of this new aspect of society, for sure.
Can I add something?
So next I'm gonna
Just real quick, I just wanted to say, based off what everyone was saying, is always remember that we are the information. So we are the
Mhm.
ones carrying the information, even if they haven't, even if you haven't directly talked to an ET or remembered speaking to one, you came here with the information already in your DNA. And with the shifts, our DNA is, of course, being activated even more. So there's strands of our DNA that was dormant and it's coming out, right? It's really activating. So just remember, stand firm on your information. Stand firm on put, even if you say just like I put myself out there, I'm like, I'm coming out of the ET closet and I don't care what anybody
That's a fact.
says. Whoever responds to it, it's like a signal for those who are like
Mhm.
us. Two people just from that so far that I'm aware of, two people approached me and said, "Can I have the Discord link? I need to be here." And that's just, even if it's just two more people, that's a big difference, right? I remember those crypto terrestrials Cash talks about, that the government talks about, that's us. So basically, we're already here. And like Yahoo said, we're the bridge. So
Mhm.
even any pushback that they be talking about, hold the boundaries, hold the line,
That's a fact.
because you're like, no, 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 no. We're it. We're the real deal. And look at, like, we're already cultivating our community. Like the Instagram has almost
Mhm.
2K. I didn't check right now, but we're getting close to 2K, and we started in
Yeah, it's like
April
50 right now.
and the spring equinox. Yeah, so just be prepared, because we're the ones, like everyone else said already, we are the ones who they're going to come to, and we're the bridge. So we're gonna have to just be prepared.
Mhm. That's why it's so important that y'all are in your power, and that's why, like Cash likes to say, all these different things to kind of like prepare your mindset for people how are going to treat y'all. They're going to be trying
Mhm.
to be your friend, trying to learn from you, trying to pay you, wanting you to start a business for certain things,
Mhm.
because they're going to need you, because they're not going to be able to get it from anywhere else. Because what we're going to be able to what we're going to be creating, I should say, is something that no one else outside of here can conceptualize. So you have to realize how valuable not only the space is, but your mission is, and the path you're being led down, I want to say. So yeah. All right, next we got Z.
So, can y'all hear me? Am I
Yeah.
am I doing okay? Cool.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
there's this huge emphasis on us sharing our actual experience in the best way you can. And and I know some people don't feel comfortable sharing just any of the experiences. So if it's like something that you wouldn't even tell like people just out in the open for real, or even people like us, keep that to yourself. Like you don't have to disclose
Yeah.
everything, but you sharing just how you use your psychic abilities, for example, your clair ability, anything pertaining to the spiritual realm, and including your experiences, you being able to share that and talk about that can also usher in people being more aware to this new earth and what it is and what it means to live on the earth. Because the huge issue that we have, period, is a lack of awareness. People just simply don't know. People don't know. So if people don't know, then we have to talk about it. We have to share our experiences, regardless of what that looks like for you. You just simply talking about it can also help people be like, oh my gosh, I didn't even know this was possible. Like the other day, I was talking about me being androgynous and me being two spirit. And somebody texted me and talking about oh my gosh, thank you so much for sharing your story, because you opened a new path for me. And that's the point. You simply just existing and expressing yourself is how we bring this in more.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a huge thing. That's a huge emphasis on that.
That's a fact. It's about trailblazing and paving the way so that we can make it easier for others, and also show others that there is more possibilities than they might have been telling themselves in the first place. Next, I want to go to Arlen. Arlen, how are you feeling about disclosure? What wisdom do you have to say about it?
I feel like, well, I feel like there's gonna be a lot of um situations that come up with Earth. I don't want to say to distract, but to kind of keep stuff in a lower vibration. Like, for example, I mean, I don't know really what's going on. I don't pay attention to the news too much, but I know there's other stuff going around, like the war that's happening in the Middle East right now. And I feel like there's like going to be like stuff like that around the news and other like distractions so people don't actively search for these disclosure files. And I feel like
Mm-hmm.
too, a lot of people are kind of are having enough of like um what is it? enough of like what the corruption in the world right now. Like they're tired because like I remember seeing this meme a couple weeks ago where there was this meme that said, "Oh, the aliens are coming," and then the caption was, "I don't care, let them come. I'm trying to afford my rent and food," you know. So
Yeah.
I feel like that's where we're kind of at right in society, which is like good, but still people are just in that survival mentality that I guess like to kind of bring it back what you said and everybody else has been saying, we're kind of that bridge to help these people and also kind of like let the systems collapse and fall as they should so the new whatever news coming in for the disclosure happens so people aren't like scared and confused and in that survivor mentality. So that's all I have to say. I hope that kind of makes sense.
That was a great answer. It's showing how we're building. It's kind of like we're the village that's showing people how we can sustain each other and sustain our connection to these beings, sustain our spiritual journey, and do things in the way that aligns most with our spirit and still live a functional life.
Mhm.
That's the whole entire point. And the more people that come here, the more people that join the village and start to get into their power, the easier all of our lives become because we're all helping to fuel all of this that we all need to do here, which is the concept of oneness. You know, you see what I'm saying? That was a perfect way to say that. Thank you for that perspective,
No
Arlen.
problem.
Next we got Ron.
I bet. Can y'all hear me?
Yes,
When it
sir.
comes to disclosure, I kind of look at it like it's already happening, of course, but like it already happened. You know, disclosure is already here. It's been happening. There's been
It did.
information coming out. So I kind of look at it like, okay, since disclosure has happened, how can I position myself in the best way to benefit from disclosure? Because people are going to need information, right? And it's like if you're not aware of certain things, it's because you really don't want to be. Like, come on, let's be real, bro. All of this information that's out,
Fact-
everybody's talking about
Facts.
aliens, ETs. So how I look at it is our job is to expand the consciousness of those who actually want to learn from us. You feel me? Because if you if you're not aware of certain things, it's because that's your choice at this point in time. So really focusing on the fact that
Mm-hmm.
disclosure is already here and what can I actually do about it practically.
Yes, sir. How can I use this event? How can I use this change of the times to make a more positive change in my life and kind of like get ahead of it? A lot of us that are here right now, we're ahead of our time. So when this starts to be when people start to realize how important this is, we're already I don't want to make it a hierarchical thing, but we're already ahead of the game. I'll just say it like that. We're already ahead of the game. We're where we need to be, so we can also bring everyone else to the same place that we're
First, I
in.
have one more thing to
And
add
Rita, what's
too.
up? How do you feel about disclosure, and what is your thoughts on that wisdom do you have for the collective?
I really like how Z talked about authenticity. I feel like how Ron mentioned that disclosure is already happening. It's just about us being in the right place to be able to remind other people that just waiting for the government to do anything is an illusion in itself because our own progress is disclosure.
Mm.
Can you elaborate more on that? I kind of want. I feel like you have a deeper idea behind that.
I guess I want to expand on the exposure part because
Mhm.
when you're putting yourself out there authentically, you're gonna attract the people that need to. Just you expressing yourself is gonna open other people's eyes, and it's gonna put them on the right timeline to recognize that everything that's
Mhm.
happening right now is the new Earth, and everything is progressing, and we don't need to wait on anything.
That's a fact. It has to do with bringing your highest timeline into the present by acting as that version of yourself that lives in that moment right now, and that has a lot to do with this disclosure shift and really stepping into this new Earth energy. And honestly, you can just call it Earth energy because this is the true energy of the planet.
Mhm.
All right, now we can close this question out. X, you could go.
For sure. The last thing I wanted to spit was that we have to keep in mind the true purpose of disclosure. Like disclosure is not so that ETs could come and rule our civilization for us or just completely change everything for us. Like disclosure is to
Yeah,
get
that's not
people
gonna be.
to a certain level of consciousness where they realize that number one, the reality is much bigger than they think. You know, there's not just humans; it's all type of beings and different levels of consciousness. But not only that, it's to give us a sense of ownership and a sense of sovereignty, so that we can aspire to be on a certain level of certain ET races. You know what I'm saying? It's to get humans invigorated so that we can change our own world.
That's a fact. That's the whole point. And it's just giving us information so that we can reach our full awareness and embody our full capabilities and integration into the rest of society. Because honestly, bro, us not knowing about ETs is like us being isolated from the rest of
Exactly.
galactic society, which is kind of like it's more unnatural than
Exactly.
natural, which is why this is happening in the first place.
And also,
So honestly, like this should be normal to y'all. Like y'all should see this as something that is how it's meant to be,
exactly.
if anything.
The last thing I wanted
Go
to
ahead, bro.
say was that um disclosure may not even fully come like on a practical physical level. It may not always come as truth. Like it may literally just may be certain you know, press releases and conspiracies, like how they just release random ass documents and shit. Some of it be true, some of it be
That's,
lies. You know, it could literally, all of disclosure could literally just be that. You feel me? But
mhm.
it's gonna be a test to humans. So like we have to learn how to separate the truth from the lies and ascend beyond that anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't count on the powers that be releasing straight truth. And I would definitely not recommend that
Yeah.
you just take everything that they say and run with that. Take everything with a grain of salt and know that it's pointing to a higher truth.
That's a fact. Because they're going to lie. They're going to put out negative stories about the beings that they've already talked about. Because there's negative stories about all the beings they've already talked about. And they're doing this strategically to kind of like place certain seeds of doubt in your subconscious or the collective conscious about these beings being good for us at all. Because I Steph said something in the chat about them framing it in a way so that they can keep an illusion and also keep control. That is the whole entire point. And y'all have heard Cash say that many, many, many times. Because that's really their objective. But there's only so much that they can do, and that's a means that they can't fully accomplish. Because if they were to do that, then they would have to be like publicly destroyed in a certain type of way. Because the car the karmic balance is not on their side anymore if we're gonna look at it from an energetic standpoint. Like that, there's a reason why we're so prominent. This is becoming so normal to us, and we have the dominant energy on the planet. So honestly, use y'all discernment when you see any disclosure information. If anything, y'all can come here, share ideas here, because all of us are connected to the point where we can discern anything it is that we find out by just going to our personal connections that we have to these beings.
So can I add one liner, one
Yeah, bro.
thing? Just remember that we, all of us, we are the disclosure. Just us existing right now, the way we walk, the way we talk, the way we move, the way we navigate in public, the way we deal with, we interact with the physical everyday
Hmm.
life. We are the disclosure. And we are, like you said, like others have said, the trailblazers. So remember that. That whole blue beam, whatever that crap is, we're a walking disclosure, literally.
That's a fact. You're an example. You are in a walking embodiment of an entirely new way of life, and you should. I don't want to say internalize that, but take pride in that, because that's how you should feel when you're expressing your soul and your spirit.